Assalamu alaikum, Shabab. Welcome to another episode of Easy Inglese. It's Tuesday, which means it's writing day. Today, we are going to learn how to write interview questions.
An interview is when two people get together and one asks the other questions about a specific topic.
Here's a really great example of an interview. Hello, Mr. Mike. I'm so glad you could be here today. I've been dying to talk to you ever since your teaching career started in the UAE. You know, you're like a celebrity back home in the United States. Celebrity, I don't know if I go that far. It's a pleasure to be here with you too, Mr. Mike. And by the way, has anyone ever told you that you're ruggedly handsome? Why, yes, I get that all the time. Let's get on with the interview. What we're trying to find out today is what is the UAE desert experience like for you? And more specifically, what are your favorite parts about the desert and desert culture? Great! I love the UAE and I love the deserts. Okay, so question 1. Have you ever been to a camel farm? Yes. Okay. Question 2. What is your favorite thing about living in Al Ain and why? I love the people here. You know, the malls are fun to go to. But I think what I love most about living in Al Ain is that I've met people from all around the world, and it's a really cool place where people can kind of come together and become friends. I know, I love that too. Let's move on to question 3. What is something that you tried here for the first time ever in Al Ain? Something I've never tried before. Well, I've never been to a camel farm, which is something that I did here for the first time. I've had some very awesome students bring me to their camel farms. It was a really cool experience. And I've tried a lot of new things here. For instance, I had never gone dune bashing before, where we get into SUVs and we drive on the sand dunes like crazy. It's an amazing experience. Question 4. Do you like pizza or menaquiche better? Pizza. Why? It is the best. However, menaquiche is pretty awesome too. There's something else I have never tried before. Menaquiche is delicious. Alright, final question. We know that camel racing is a really big sport in the UAE, but is there anything like camel racing back in Ohio or in the Midwest where you're from? And if there is, can you tell us what it's like? Back home in the Midwest, where I'm from, on the border between Ohio and Kentucky, we have horse racing. Many people have probably heard of the Kentucky Derby, which is this world-renowned horse race. In fact, I believe a sheikh entered a horse in the Kentucky Derby last year. And it is this really massive horse race, and it's a really fun sport to go and watch. The horses run in a giant circle, or I guess it's more of an oval, kind of like track and field, and people will cheer on their favorite horse and pick the ones that they want to win. One big difference between camel racing and horse racing is camel racing uses robot jockeys, and horse racing, at least for now, still has live people riding on the horses. But yeah, very, very similar sports and both very much fun to watch. One of the most important parts about giving a really good interview is asking the right questions and the right kind of questions. Asking the wrong questions or the wrong kinds of questions is going to give you a final result that is not what you wanted. Here's a checklist for making sure that the questions you ask are the right ones.
A checklist for good interview questions. Does it focus on your topic? If you want to know a person's favorite place to eat, Your questions should focus on foods they like and why they like them, not about their favorite car or other off-topic things. Avoid yes and no questions. If they can answer you by saying yes or no, it's a bad question. Ask them why, or how, or who, or when. Yes or no. These make for bad interview questions. Ask open-ended questions. An open-ended question is one that makes the person think about their answer and respond in more than one word.
Here are some examples of some good and some not so good interview questions. Follow along on your paper and mark whether you think these are good or bad questions and explain why. Okay, so question 1. Have you ever been to a camel farm? Question 2. What is your favorite thing about living in Al-Ain and why? What is something that you tried here for the first time ever in Al-Ain? Question 4. Do you like pizza or menaquiche better? sport in the UAE. But is there anything like camel racing back in Ohio or in the Midwest where you're from? And if there is, can you tell us what it's like? As you can see, it's pretty important to ask good, open-ended questions in your interview. Otherwise, you may be left with some awkward moments, okay, and some bad information. Pizza. Also remember to make sure that your questions focus on the topic that you're trying to get information about. Now it's your turn. Remember, the goal is to get good information from your partner. So ask good, open-ended, and focused questions. Thanks for watching another episode of Easy Inglese. Until next time, ma salama shabab.